Chapter 14 Crossing into U.S. Airspace. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common suffering into hope for the future. Nelson Mandela. Having flown as a stewardess or flight attendant for Pan, Ham and Delta for 45 years before retiring a few years ago, I, like many other veteran flight attendants, have so many stories to tell that I could write volumes. What I miss about flying are the many interesting people and conversation I've had over the years and the wonderful military personnel we had on board the Civil Reserve Air Fleet craft, flights on which we either took soldiers to the Middle East or brought them home. It was always far better to bring them home, I can assure you. The very first craft flight I flew was a 747 from Saudi Arabia to JFK, where we pick up members of the 82nd Airborne from the Gulf War, all men with their unloaded and well-polished AK-47 machine guns by their seats. We flight attendants use all kinds of things to decorate the interior of the plane to make it as festive as possible for the soldiers. The plane captain had also gone out of his way to arrange to bring on board 25 cases of Budweiser, ready to give each military man a celebratory beer, compliments of the captain. Before taking off, the captain enthusiastically introduced himself to the military commander, letting him know about the beer so it could be brought up to the galleys. Sadly, the commander declined the offer. He wanted this man sober. The captain was disappointed, but it's the thought that counts. Once we were in the air, and after several hours of flying, several of the servicemen asked if we could ask the captain to please let us know when we have crossed over the U.S. airspace. We called the captain several times and reminded him to tell the military men when we were in U.S. airspace. In the meantime, a couple of us flight attendants were in the big back galley talking to about 20 of the guys. All of a sudden, the captain's voice came over the PA and announced, "Gentlemen, we have just crossed into U.S. airspace." When the announcements came, you could hear a pin drop in the cabin as there was momentarily complete silence. Then many of the military passengers were wiping tears from their faces, while others were struggling to hold back tears. We flight attendants were in tears too. Then there were hugs all around from the men who were in the galley with us and others who stood from the seats. Applause burst out next. It was very moving because the soldiers had fought so hard and for a long time under such awful condition that many of them never thought they'd see home again. Unbeknownst to me, I had been talking to a captain who asked just then if I would consider trading my uniform wings for his red 82nd Airborne beret and parachute wings. Absolutely, he could have had anything. I took my Pan Am wings of my uniform while he went to get his beret and wings. It was privilege each time to bring these men and women home, and it always felt better bringing them home than taking them to war. We felt so much joy along with these soldiers when we touched down on U.S. soil. God bless America and all who have and continue to serve it. The day I retired from my 45-year flying career, I joined the United Service Organizations USO so I could continue serving our military at the Atlanta airport one day a month. It is the least the volunteers and I can do for these wonderful men and women who pass through the airport regularly. By Beverly Mackay.